Hey everyone, this is my first long form video. Basically, I just wanted to take a moment to talk about the problem in the Cookie Run Kingdom fandom, okay? I think we know the problem with the fandom, okay? Shadow Milk Cookie. I am not saying I don't like him, okay? He is literally my favorite character, okay? The main problem is probably, it might not even just be Shadow Milk, it's just the amount of new players coming from other fandoms, e.g. Dandy's World. Just saying. People that are new nowadays, they don't know anything about the storyline, they don't know anything about the characters, all they care about is Shadow Milk. Like, I know this is tying in with him, but this is a lot to do with just the new players in general. Like, for example, I saw a comment, they were describing their favourite character with 3 things, and their favourite character was Wedding Cake Cookie, and they said that she runs the cake shop. Someone replied and said, oh, actually Strawberry Crepe Cookie, who by the way is my favourite epic cookie and always has been, actually runs the cake shop. The person replied,
actually, the cake shop was made for the wedding cake event, so actually she owns it.
I literally had a headache reading that, literally. I wanted to start screaming in my pillow. These new gens clearly do not know how to read or comprehend, because in the nicest way possible, it says Strawberry Crepe Cookies Cake Shop is back. That is not very hard to read. And you could literally see in the cutscene at the beginning, you know, when you actually first open the cake shop, that it was Wedding Cake Cookie who was asking Strawberry Crepe to work at their cake shop. It's so annoying. They don't know anything about the game. They just play it because they see it online and they're like, oh, it looks cool. And obviously there is nothing wrong with that, okay? I'm not saying that there is anything wrong with that. But when there's so many people just joining and like not caring about things, just grinds my gears. Our second point is that a lot of the new players are rude. They don't like taking tips from people. Also, might I add, a lot of the newer players are hating on older cookies or hating on cookies that were added from Oven Break. For example, Rebel and Auction. People keep on saying that they look like rare cookies. Like, okay, you know, Oven Break is a 2D game. Of course, they're going to have at least a tiny bit more simpler designs. Obviously, not all of the designs are simple in Oven Break. I know that. But, like, a lot of them are. So, like, what's your point? You know what I mean? Do you expect every cookie to look like a beast or something? Like, no. They're not going to waste their time creating such an intricate design for a cookie that doesn't mean anything to the lore. Next point. The mischaracterization of characters. E.g., people thinking that Shadow Milk Cookie actually wants a love interest. Like, what? Or, like, people just shipping Shadow Vanilla in general. I'm sorry, in the nicest way possible, what is wrong with you? Okay, remember, if you actually, like, looked at the lore, or, like, if you actually read through the lore, Shadow Milk is millions of years older than Pure Vanilla. Like, what? He was an adult when Pure Vanilla was a child. And also, we can't dismiss all of the things that he's done to Pure Vanilla. Honestly, the only way I'd accept the ship is Truthless Recluse x Shadow Milk or Sage of Truth x Pure Vanilla. That is the only way I'll accept it. And I was so close to shipping it, and I was so disappointed in myself because I kept on seeing it on TikTok and I was like, ugh. But luckily, that's the reason why I deleted it, because I did not want to go through that. It was traumatizing. People really, like, they do not know anything about any of the characters. They do not know anything about them personally. Like, they don't know anything. E.g., they were describing Stardust. They said, definitely QQ approved, discarded, baked by the warmth of the suns, right? If you knew the lore, it's Stardust, right? Pretty simple, especially because QQ approved. I actually didn't play during that update, but I watched Cutscene Theatre a bit on Royal Mike's channel, so it was such a funny story, honestly. I love seeing Stardust so unserious. Like, is this fellow a QQ or a poo-poo? Genuinely made me giggle. Obviously, the newer players don't know that. Like, you know what, that's kind of reasonable. But someone guessed Mystic Flower and Pure Vanilla. The only character who says that in the whole game is Space Donut. I do not get how anyone says Mystic Flower or Pure Vanilla to that guess. I genuinely started laughing. And then another thing, someone was doing Rate My Cookie Run Kingdom team. They were a new player. and they had Pattaya in their team. Someone was politely giving them advice, well, not really politely, but kind of, not mean, but they were just saying to maybe replace Pattaya with a better cookie because they're not that good. And then that person was like, they're actually good because they're rarity's dragon. No, that doesn't mean anything. That's like saying sea fairy's good. No. Yeah, it's good to use like higher rarity cookies when you're just starting out, but that's like saying all epic cookies are bad. Like, what? No. You don't just use cookies because they're higher rarity, okay? I wouldn't use Hollyberry for the life of me. I don't even have her leveled up. I wouldn't use White Lily Cookie. Okay, to end this off, I want to talk about defending Shadow Milk. Because, you know, I see, like, apart from the new gens, everyone in the fandom hates him just because of how popular he is or how many new gens he's attracted to the game. And honestly, that is perfectly understandable. I mean, to be fair, if I'm being completely honest, I didn't give a damn about him until episode 7 and 8 of Beast Yeast. I didn't care about the Beast Yeast storyline, no, I cared about Strawberry Crepe Cookie. Imagine that, now people are simping for a blue little thing. Get me back to the days where people used to think that Sorbet Shark was peak, because they are, but still. People are acting like this is his fault. Dev Sisters worked months on his character. He deserves popularity. He is a well-written character. He is enjoyable. He is likable. It is the fandom who watered him down. We have no one to blame but ourselves. We were the ones who made content of him, right? I make content with him. We are the ones putting him in our thumbnails. I'm literally made up this term called shadow baiting, where you put him in your thumbnail just to attract people. Trust me, it actually works. Genuinely works. It's crazy. I've been literally doing that for my past few videos now. People do not deserve to be like harassed for liking him, okay? I don't like people calling me a new gen just because I like him, okay? On Discord earlier, when I was doing creme de la creme voting, I was saying how all the new gens are just a bunch of like Shadow Milk obsessed people, and I had to say ignore my profile picture because I had Sage of Truth as my profile picture. It was really embarrassing. I was like, oh my gosh, I wanted to change my profile picture but I couldn't be asked, so I know, it's just a really embarrassing moment that I really want to share. Oh, save me. He is not the one to blame for this. Dev Sisters didn't know that he was gonna make the game boost in popularity, like, by such a huge amount. We didn't know that all the Dandy's World fans would get attracted to this dumb game. We didn't know that so many people would be interested somewhat in a single character. It is not his fault, okay? It is not his fault. Because he did nothing wrong. He is a fictional character. We are the ones accountable for this. And, you know, we shouldn't be harassing each other. People are usually saying that, oh, I got harassed by Shadow Milk fans because I said I didn't like him. No, I see Shadow Milk fans getting harassed for liking him. On Creme de la Creme discussion, I saw so many people saying, don't vote Shadow Milk, don't vote Shadow Milk. I know it's just for like the spite of it, but people like genuinely like being weirded out by Shadow Milk fans. Like, we're allowed to vote for whoever we want, you know? This is Creme de la Creme. It's the same as every other voting event. We vote for who we want to win. Why are we saying like that Shadow Milk should get disqualified, oh, just because he's popular? That's not how that works. That's not fair, you know? It is not up to Dev Sisters to decide who wins. It is us who decides who wins. Look, imagine we turned the votes around. Dark Cacao got higher than him on Discord, at least. Imagine that. It is entirely possible. It is not rigged. There is still a majority of the fandom who still likes older cookies. We just, you know, we need to accept the fact that we can't just blame him for all the new gens, you know. We are the ones who popularized him. We are the only way that he managed to get popular because we kept making videos about him. So, yeah, that's just how I want to end it. But thank you for listening to my rant session.